Have you ever felt stressed out from school? Waking up in the middle of the night thinking about all your assignments? Crying in the corner thinking about all the things you have to do but you don't do because you can't do it? But when you go talk to your teacher, you feel even more overwhelmed and feel like crying even more?
Well, we're here to keep you on the right track. We're going to tell you 7 effective habits of highly effective students.
Number 1. This sounds cheesy, but you have to have a good attitude and have motivation. Where do you want to see yourself in a few months or a few years? Picture yourself at your end goal so it makes tough times seem worth it.
Sometimes your dreams do come true.
No matter how good you think you are at remembering things, you're going to need some sort of way to write it all down. Whether it's a cute little agenda, a random notebook, or Google Calendar, write your assignments, events, job, and practices down to keep yourself organized. Your older self will appreciate you if you initiate this habit early. Number 3. You have to understand what's going on in class. It may be the most boring thing you've ever had to sit through, or your teacher may be the worst for your learning type, but you control where you want to be. There are unlimited resources on the internet, and we personally love Khan Academy and YouTube because they have videos specifically for teaching students. You won't feel alone. There are also other teachers and students willing to help you out. For example, NHS holds weekly academic tutorials after school except for the first week of every month. Whatever you decide to do, you just have to take the initiative. Number 4. Let's be honest, most of us don't study for a test until the night before. Some of us don't even study till the class period before. We cram the material till 2 a.m. and hope for the best. In the long run, this is not the best way to approach the situation. It's not healthy. What seems to work for us is to study the material a little bit each day until the actual day of the test. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean to study for hours on end each day, but start with 10 minutes. Just start with 10 minutes of reviewing what you learned from each class that day, so it sticks in your brain. Remember, consistency is key. Number 5. Prioritize. Do the things that are more important and harder first. For example, if I have 2 chapters to read, an essay to write, and math homework to do, I would do the essay first because it would take me the longest to do. Once I have that out of the way, all the other work I have just seems easier. Number 6. Time management. This one is very important because everyone struggles on it to a certain degree. Whenever you have work handed to you, do not wait till the last day to get started. You would just dig a hole for yourself. Once you have the work assigned, just start on it. Just do it. You don't have to finish it. You don't even have to get halfway done. You just have to start it. Work on it a little bit each day, because the feeling of 3 hours of sleep on a Tuesday morning powered by Red Bull is not it, just saying. Don't put yourself in those situations because you will not enjoy life. Another major thing about time management is phone usage. Teens nowadays are distracted and can spend countless hours on their phones and wonder where all the time has gone to finish their work. We can't tell you to never go on your phone again because that's just plain crazy. Instead, try giving yourself a time block to just do work and not touch your phone during that time interval. Hide it in your desk, closet, wherever. Just keep it out of sight and it's out of mind. And also on silent, so you can invest your time on assignments productively. Number 7. This is the last one, but just as important as the other ones. You have to make the habit of finding balance in your life to manage stress. There's good stress and there's bad stress. Good stress is what drives you to excel and proves that you really care about the things you do. Bad stress is when it gets to the point where it is too overwhelming. You feel like you have no control of the work that is flooding in. A way to deal with this problem is to make time in your day to relax. Take breaks between assignments and make sure you are eating properly and drinking enough water. And I know that sounds like something your mom would say, but if you don't want to faint or feel miserable, you should listen to her. Try healthy outlets to take out your stress. You can go outside and exercise, you can meditate, you can play music, listen to music, you can even talk to friends or just take a nap. Your troubles may seem too enormous to the point where there's no time to take a break. But if you don't make time to take care of yourself, how can the work be done?
So Mr.Rouk, can you tell us some tips and tricks on how to be a good student and prepare for things?
I can. I think that a lot of students don't know how to study, and so I don't call it studying, I call it preparing for class. And if you have access to a book, like pre-reading before you go to class is a really great idea, because then you're already starting to identify areas where you're going to have trouble. Make sure you actively participate in class. So if the teacher gives you a problem or you're writing a paragraph or whatever, like you actually do it in class and you're engaged. If your teacher gives you notes or you take notes in class, read through them that day when you get home, because when you get home then you can fill in the notes and you can identify any questions to bring to the next class. Make sure you do all your assignments to the best of your ability. Don't just get with a friend and just take their answers, but actually like try to understand it. And then that being said, find a buddy. Like find a peer group that you can sit and you guys can work on the assignments together. Because research shows that peer instruction is extremely effective.
Now that we gave you tips and tricks on how to be an effective student, you're probably wondering, what now? Well, here's how to find your semester average.
Today, we're going to be finding out how to calculate your semester average. So say for instance, you had a 90 the first quarter, a 90 the second quarter, and then you made an 85 on your final. What you would do is you would multiply each of your semester or quarter grades by 0.4. So since they're the same, we'd end up getting 36 for each of them. And then you'd multiply your final grade by 0.2, and that makes 17. So when you add these all up together, you get an 89 in the class, and that's your final grade.
Now you can use the same math formula we gave you to calculate what final grade you need to make to reach your semester average goal, and just like mess around with it. But an easier option for you is to just Google it. So honestly, you could type up how to find semester average. And there's a bunch of different websites here that you can use, but we recommend using Roger Hub, the final grade calculator, and it does all the work for you. So your current grade, let's say you have, 95, and you want at least a 90 in the class. You want to keep an A. Your final grade is worth 20%, so you type up 20, and then all you have to do is click it, and then you have your answer. So all you need to do is score at least a 70 to reach a 90% overall. You can mess around with it. So let's say your grade dropped to an 80 and you want at least a 90. So, good luck. You're gonna have to get 130%. That's not realistic. We hope you guys got something out of this video. So good luck with school, and thanks for watching.